HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we're looking at a first for me. It's my first bottle of beer from Sigtuna, a brewery from Sweden. I remember seeing Simon from Real Ale Craft Beer reviewing a number of their beers, what he got sent from Sweden. I picked this up at Beer Moth in Manchester. Beautifully presented bottle of beer, look at that, fantastic. It's a 10.5% ABV. Bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout at 10.5% ABV. The bourbon used in this is called Blanton Whiskey. I've just had a quick look at a video that Jameson did of a Blanton Whiskey, and apparently he said it was quite a pricey one. It's not. I'm not a massive bourbon kind of aficionado. I quite like it. It's not something I drink very often, but I do like Imperial Stouts in bourbon. Look at that beauty. The bottle looks equally as ace as the box. Beautifully presented bottle of beer. They're clearly very proud of this. Taking a bit of effort, presenting their products impeccably. Just take the little, it's kind of a bit of foil blocking. Beautifully done. So this is, first time we've had anything from this brewery. Heard great things. This one's very well reviewed on the likes of Rate Beer and Beer Advocate. I haven't read too much into it. But yeah, it's a limited edition. So let's get this open. See if there's much of a hiss. That's probably not reassuring. When you get a little bit of action on the when you open the bottle. I could tell just then, just before I poured it, I was like, it's not going to be super thick this. It doesn't look like it's pouring uber thick. Unlike if you get a can of 1050 or something like that, that pours like crude oil. But this does not. It's got a fizz of carbonation on top. Beer in the glass, yeah, absolutely black as night. It's definitely a very shiny, dark beer. The head fizzed and disappeared quite quickly. Just a slight ring of just hardly anything now. So yeah, looks like Imperial Stout, looks like a barrel aged Imperial Stout, you mean. Still, but it did fizz when I poured it into the glass, so hopefully it's not completely still. So let's check out the aroma. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's beautiful. Getting a lovely dark chocolate note. Marzipan. Loads of quite waxy honey. There's a carbon thing going on in there. There's definitely a load of leather. Yeah, licorice. It's not much in the way of kind of coffee. It's more kind of licorice and chocolate. Yeah. Slight kind of burnt wood thing going on. Maybe cherry, maybe red apple. The bourbon's not it's not burning my nostrils, it's quite well positioned. But it's definitely adding something, bringing a nice bit of sweetness. It smells good. So let's dive in. Cheers. It smells like it should. Yeah, quite still, but wow, that's tasty. Sunday night, I do like to have a big Imperial Stout to finish the weekend. And this is the one I've picked this week. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, there's a real charred kind of sugar thing going on there. So if you kind of making caramel and you leave it too long and it burns, definitely getting that in there. Licorice without a doubt. Loads of bourbon. Loads of bourbon. It's quite an earthy bourbon. Quite dry kind of beer as well. Mildly, there's a red wine, like port thing going on. It's quite hot, but not in a bad way. So do get a bit of warmth just now as it's going down. Yeah, quite dry. And it's got a smoky note, carbon, licorice, hint of molasses, and a really sharp burnt sugar note, definitely loads of bourbon. I think the bourbon really is very present in this as far as the flavour goes. Not a hell of a lot of roast. It's more of a charred thing going on. It's quite slick. It's not very thick, but it's nice. I've had many better ones. I mean, take Bourbon County Stout, Cuvée Delphin from Struss, something like that. There's no match. But this is a very enjoyable Imperial Stout, maybe just not of that kind of like top tier. Second tier down. So, nicely done, but not the best I've ever had. Beautifully presented. Maybe the beer doesn't quite match up to the presentation, but I'm sure they're very proud of it. I mean, it's nicely done, but I have had better. So that's 10.5% ABV, and it is Sigtuna from Sweden, and it is their Bourbon Imperial Stout, aged in Blanton whiskey barrels. Nicely done, but as I said, I've had better. I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.